Hey, I'm Butterfly.
Hey, I'm Firefly.
Have you ever wondered if we aren't being told the truth about everything?
What have we been lied to about? Join us as we have conversations and ask questions about everything. We invite you to keep an open mind and consider the unfathomable.
Let's break the chains that enslave our minds. Come on, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What is up, Butterfly?
Hey, Firefly, what's going on?
Well, um, I had kind of like a vision, I guess. It was like there's a part in the Bible where Moses is going before the Pharaoh in Egypt, and he's telling him, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh is saying, "No, I'm not going to let your people go." And he says, "God's going to get pissed if you don't let my people go." And he goes, "Who is this God? I don't believe in your God." So God gets pissed that Pharaoh doesn't let him go. So he starts bringing these plagues on Pharaoh, and he brings 10 different plagues.
Who brought the plagues?
God.
Oh,
So one of the plagues is like Moses grabs some dust from the fireplace and throws it up into the air, and it becomes lice, and everything gets covered with lice. But then
yeah.
there's another time where boils grow on all the men, and then there's another one where frogs fall from the sky and
Oh,
fill the whole land.
gosh.
But there's one that made me think about immigration. That was locusts. So locusts filled the whole land. It says that they were so numerous when God brought the plague of locusts on Egypt. They were so numerous that you couldn't even see the earth. They
Really?
just covered the face of the earth. You couldn't even see the ground because there were so many locusts. And they ate all of the leaves on the trees. They ate all of the fruit in the trees. And they were all in every single house, in every single crevice. And when they left, there was nothing left of Egypt. It was like a hollowed out husk of what it used to be.
Wow.
And I was like, that's what happened to Southern California in my home.
Hmm.
Because do you remember Southern California when we grew up was such paradise on earth?
It was nice.
It was so awesome.
Yeah.
It wasn't too crowded. I mean, it was crowded, but it wasn't too crowded. There was still so many cool things in California, and everything wasn't so crowded that it was all ruined like
Yeah.
it is now. Now, people have come from the far-flung corners of the world to consume California like locusts.
Exactly.
That's how I feel like it is.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
they've just come and consumed everything and just left out this like hollowed out husk. And
Hmm.
that's what California is now.
I know. It's really a bummer because you told me that you had this kind of experience when you were driving to LA the other day. And I've experienced it recently too, driving to LA and even just around other areas. Like, everything is so congested and there's so much traffic, and they keep building like all these apartment buildings
Totally.
and houses and stuff. And I keep thinking, where are all these people coming from? You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, where I don't get it. Like, where are they all coming from? And um,
And why does everyone have to live here? Why can't they make their home cool?
right. Well, I think what happens is um, I think they're really encouraging this whole like overpopulation and scarcity agenda, and pushing the idea that there's too many people. So they encourage this like overpopulation and living like sardines syndrome idea on to everybody by encouraging people to be packed into places. So I think what they do is they just, black rock builds all of these apartment buildings, and they buy up entire neighborhoods, and um, you know, outbid all of the regular people that want to buy a home. They'll just buy up all these houses for cash, and then they rent them out for like outrageous amounts of money. Like some of the apartments that I know of around here are renting for like 3 to 5 thousand a month, which is insane.
Yeah.
And what I think is happening is I've touched on this like briefly, and I think we'll be doing a whole episode on this, but I don't believe the population numbers that they sell us. I don't think that
I think you're onto something there.
yeah, I think that they sell this overpopulation idea in so many different ways, but one of the key ways that they do it is by telling us that there's actually the numbers are higher than what they actually are. I think they tell us that there's, so many millions of people on this earth, and I think they're lying about that. And I think one of their ways of trying to convince us of this idea is to pack people into the cities, because then yes, it looks like, oh my gosh, we're like overcrowded,
Oh,
overpopulated, and there's too many people. Well, yeah,
it's easy to sell it then.
it looks like that. It looks like, wow, there's too many people, but I keep thinking, okay, where are all these people coming from? Like if like all these people just had a bunch of babies recently, they're not all like buying houses or moving into apartments.
And
Like,
that just gave me
you
an
know,
epiphany.
what?
Remember we talked about Malthus?
Mm-hmm.
What did Malthus say? He was like one of these cult members from the 1800s, and he was like from England, and he was all, well, the way that you can exterminate the poor is you corral them into ghettos.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can quickly just poison their food and their water and
Mm-hmm.
the air, and you can actually kill kind of a lot of them pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
Yes.
So what they're doing is they're corralling people into these large metropolitan
Mhm.
areas
So they
so
make,
that they can take pictures of how many people are there and proliferate that on the internet and on the news and get people thinking, oh my God, we are overcrowded. We've hit like the capacity level on Earth.
yeah, because you think like even in your hometown, it's getting so crowded. Well, but if you travel like outside of like city and, urban areas
Like New
and
Mexico,
even
there's
suburbs,
tons of land.
if you travel, you're going to see there's just miles and miles of land, and you won't see houses or other people for a long time. Like, this brings me to another point that I wanted to make. I've done a few country road trips, and I remember driving into, I think it was Cody, Wyoming, which it has a very famous gun museum. So there's a lot of history there with guns and stuff.
It's kind of white trash.
It's actually really beautiful. And the museum was like really beautiful and really like nice and modern, which surprised me. But driving into the city, I was expecting it to be, you know, like a kind of more conservative area and stuff. And there was a huge billboard on the side of the freeway, and it said, "Don't California our Wyoming,"
Yeah.
because that's what's happening in all of these areas is like these liberal like retards are going in and just ruining they're running away
It's a
from
mentality.
it's a mentality. They're running away from the havoc and chaos and destruction they've caused in wherever they came from, like California, and they want to get away from it, but they don't have the sense to connect the dots and put together the idea that the reason why the place that they're leaving is a hellhole is because of what they participated in and what they did to it by like voting a certain
Totally.
way and their behaviors. So
Your toxic worldview is
has
the problem, and
yeah,
now you're running away from the hellhole you created and going and creating a hellhole of your new home that
yeah,
you're going to.
that's what they do. They escape the hellhole that they created, and they don't realize that they're the problem, and then they take all of their problems with them, and then they destroy the next place. So as we were driving into this town. It wasn't even a big city. Um, I'm like looking down the main street and I'm seeing like rainbow flags in the store windows and like, you know, people all tattooed with like big holes in their ears and stuff. And I'm like, what the heck? Am I in LA or am I in, Wyoming somewhere? And I,
We've exported that.
yeah, and I noticed the same thing in Jackson,
I'm
Wyoming, which
going to Jackson.
yeah, and so I started realizing after several of these trips that
There's actually a really good ski resort there.
there is
Jackson Hole. That's
Jackson.
like the best in the world.
Yeah, but I started noticing that basically anytime you get into a city, no matter how conservative the state is, when you enter into a big city, it is a liberal hellhole. All the libs congregate in the cities. They don't usually like go to the outskirts and have a house on like 2 or 3 or 10 acres. They want to be in the city centers where it's all congested and packed in like sardines. That's where they go.
Because they get jobs there because
Mm,
having tattoos and being a liberal, immoral, bottomless pit is conducive to getting jobs.
yeah.
You can go into the city and they're like, oh, good, good, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So somehow they managed to poison every city because even in like my favorite city, which is Charleston, South Carolina, it's still fairly conservative, but you'll see the same thing there, rainbow flags and like a liberal mindset kind of creeping in and trying to take over.
It's corporate.
Hmm.
It's the thing is that wokeism is a weapon forged by BlackRock. That's what you have to
Totally,
look at it as.
totally.
Wokeism is a weapon forged by BlackRock. And how is that? Well, wokeism is immoral, it's bottomless pit,
Hmm.
it's totally destructive. Woke people are not healthy.
No.
Woke people don't have good marriages. Woke people don't have happy lives. But wokeism is forwarded by the cult and the jobs. If you're woke, you get jobs.
Well, because if you're woke, you're following what the mainstream media, which is owned by BlackRock also,
Yeah.
what the mainstream media is telling you to do. You follow everything step by step. It doesn't matter what they tell you to do, you blindly obey.
I
That's
get
how
tattoos? Okay.
I get pokey pokes. Okay. I wear a
Oh,
mask. Okay.
you know what?
You
I've
don't
always
ask.
felt like I wanted to have a big hole in my earlobe. I've always felt like that.
I know. I mean, I don't
Good thing the
care if
media
it
told me to do
I
that.
don't care if it doesn't make me hear any better. It's just something I should do.
No.
Yeah, but it's like they don't ask any questions.
I'm gonna
They don't investigate.
I'm a 41-year-old overweight man. I'm gonna dye my hair blue.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah.
The media said this is sanctioned,
Yeah.
and that's what it is.
That's what it is. So they do exactly what the media tells them and they follow the agenda. So
You know what I
that's
think
what's
is the
happening
most
in
important thing?
cities.
You're right. And that's happening in big cities. But the
Yes.
most important thing is not, I don't think it's necessarily the tattoos themselves. I don't think it's necessarily the clothing or the hair dye. What is the most important is alignment.
Hmm.
You have to adopt the corporate morality, the corporate value system.
Right.
So we've talked about this. BlackRock is no longer profit driven.
No.
BlackRock,
Is agenda driven.
it's agenda driven.
Yep.
And the agenda is wokeism.
Yep.
Because have you ever seen these dudes from Australia? They got tattoos too. And you ever see these dudes in Britain? They got tattoos too. Like if you look at a woke dipshit and they don't open their mouth, you can't tell if they're from Australia, the UK, France, or New York City. You
Right.
can't tell
Yeah.
because wokeism has the same earmarks all around the entire world.
Hmm.
It is a orthodoxy. Have you ever heard that term?
Yeah.
Wokeism is an
Mm,
orthodoxy, and that orthodoxy is promoted in the big cities.
it is.
So you can be a woke idiot that grew up in San Francisco and got tattoos. and a bunch of holes in your ear, and you and your gay boyfriend, you guys go, you know what? It's so crowded. I just got offered a job in Cody, Wyoming.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go there.
We'll hang our rainbow flag there.
And there's a dude who grew up in Cody, Wyoming, who's been watching it turn into a hellhole slowly but surely. And he's going, oh my God, these gay, tattooed, hair dyed dudes from San Francisco are moving next door to me. That is a bad sign.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but dude, you should be bummed about that
Mm.
because they haven't repented of their toxic worldview. They've only decided that they're going to spread their toxic worldview like some sick missionaries.
And it's like this wokeism and this toxic liberal, like weird mindset. It sort of it infiltrates these places and it spreads like a cancer. It just gets in and then it like spreads. So people need to not be politically correct and worried about like offending people and, like going along with whatever the agenda is. And
You know
people
what
need to try
caused
to
it to spread?
preserve their places. What?
You just made me think about it. I think it's keeping up with the Joneses that
Hmm.
makes it spread because you're broke and you live in Cody, right? And now here comes these tattooed liberal kooks that just moved in next door to you, but they got money, they got jobs, they've got kind of like upward mobility because BlackRock sanctions them. So
They
now
probably have a remote job that's still in San Francisco, but they can do it remotely.
they do it remotely
Yeah,
and they just bought a house that's nice. And
for like
so,
a tenth of what it would cost in San Francisco.
so a weak-minded person who sees that you're canceled if you don't accept wokeism, they might say, you know what? I think I better just become woke. I better comply. And maybe that's what's going on because they see
I think
it's financially conducive
Well,
to
I think
comply.
what happens is I don't think a lot of the people from like Cody, Wyoming are going along with it. I think what happens is when those people go to those kind of areas, they bring more with them. They're like cockroaches. So they like move into one of these nice, beautiful places and then they tell their friends, "Oh, it's so lovely and gorgeous here and we just bought a beautiful house, a beautiful 3,000 square foot house on, half an acre, and it was $500,000, and that would have been like
Oh,
4 million in San Francisco. And it's just so wonderful. And their friends go, "Oh my gosh,
oh,
how
then now,
wonderful. I'm gonna move there too."
and now you have like my sister's friend in San Francisco who ChatGPT said, you should move to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
This is what's best for you. And then she goes, well, I'm moving to Wisconsin. And we all go, well, wait a second. You've been living here for 30 years. We've known you for since the 90s. What's going on? My watch told me to move. I
Hmm.
got to follow my watch.
So that's so interesting. So you know what's happening with that too. So Chat GPT, which we know is a liberal woke tool,
Headquartered in San Francisco.
yeah, is directing those people to go infiltrate these other areas.
It's a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plan because what I think they want to do is get away from urban living. We've talked about that with people living in urban areas and being spread across the whole country. That's not conducive to the culture club.
No,
The
for
culture
many
club,
reasons.
the culture club wants everybody just kind of corralled into big cities where we can just exterminate you and control your movement, control your food,
Surveil you.
surveil you, have to, you were talking about going to I can't remember where you said, but you went someplace and they're like, we only use Venmo.
Yeah.
So the culture club likes that. If
Yeah.
you can only use Venmo and you have to go live in a 15-minute city, that's where you live. You don't get to have a big sprawling like ranch in an urban area. You don't get to
No.
have that anymore
No.
because that's not conducive. We want you to you know, a lot of farms are being like bought up by
Mm,
BlackRock now.
mm-hmm.
I was watching this special on, have you heard of the Yellow Vests? The
Yeah.
Yellow Vests are in France, and they were protesting in France because the Dutch and the French. they've been having BlackRock just come and buy their farms
Yeah.
and just kick them off their own
Mhm.
farms. So those people, what's going to happen with them if BlackRock comes and buys your farm and now you have no more income in the urban area, you probably have no choice but to head to some kind of a uh or not a rural area. You have to leave a rural area and head to an urban area.
Yeah.
And that's probably conducive.
Yeah, and you know what? They do that everywhere. In fact, I know somebody right around here who their family had a strawberry farm that was fairly good size and a big house on it and stuff. And she said that they just totally the government took it. It was called eminent domain, where they
Oh,
just come in and
yes.
they say, I'm sorry, but we're buying your land and this is how much you'll get for,
Yes.
and they just force you to sell it because they said, we have to build a school here. Why would they have to build a school there on their land? They could like go build a school somewhere else. You know what I mean? They forced them to sell it to them.
Because BlackRock does not want people sprawled out across the entire United States.
No.
They want everybody corralled into their little 15-minute city ghettos. And also, everybody's woke
Yeah.
in these ghettos.
Yeah. And the thing is, people are such followers that when they are like congregated into an area, they'll follow along and like do as they're told or do as what they see other people doing.
Well,
Whereas
like
if you're spread out, you might think independently.
you were talking to that lady and you were going, they only take Venmo. Do you see the slippery slope of this? And she was like, I don't care, butterfly.
Yeah.
I don't care. And then you went, you're on a blue pill.
Hmm.
And the other lady went, yep,
Yeah.
because they want a blue pill.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to handle this situation
No,
because it's gnarly. And it almost is to the point now where you almost have to resign to it and just go, whatever. It's just gonna sweep across the whole world and we just got to accept it. I can't do that though.
I can't do that either. I still have to try to um, fight against it by at least, using cash as much as possible and not supporting businesses that are woke and are pushing this agenda.
That's the only thing we can do
Yeah.
because otherwise they're just gonna be like, we're too powerful and everyone's gonna be either woke or canceled.
Mm,
And it's just gonna be a whole nation of tattooed, dyed haired, woke, immoral, bottomless pits everywhere.
right.
That's what they want.
It is what they want.
And then they'll exterminate them.
Hmm.
Those people are going to get exterminated. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So I think
What is white
I
people?
well, before we discuss white pill, I think my observation has been that every city is a liberal hellhole.
Every
Every
city,
city is a liberal.
LA, San Francisco, Portland,
I mean,
Seattle, New
I've
York.
oh God, but even like Texas, I went through I think most of the major cities, even El Paso, like you think, oh, Texas, it's gonna be kind of, more conservative, whatever. No, it was even there was this one area I was in Texas. It's called the Woodlands, and it's like this really
I know
beautiful.
Woodlands, a lot of golf there.
Oh yeah, it's very green. It's really pretty, lots of trees. Um, but like there was this huge kind of shopping area, not huge, but kind of a good size little like plaza. And this was during like the cooties fiasco, and they had like all the little circles set up on the lawn, like you're supposed to just stay in your own little circle, and people were wearing masks, and it was I felt like I was like walking into like a Beverly Hills neighborhood. It was just very,
COVID pertains.
yes, it does.
Wearing your mask and getting your shots and that kind of conformity is a woke mentality.
Very woke because it's very follower
I'm a
mentality.
follower. I
I'll
don't
just
ever disobey the
I
media.
don't question anything or, even like wonder if it doesn't really make sense. I just do as I'm told and I just do what the TV tells me to do.
And we sit separate. I sit in this little circle here because The cooties can only go 10 feet, 11 inches. It's not going to affect me.
Right. And I can take my mask off when I sit down at the restaurant and start eating because the cooties doesn't get to me when I sit down at the
Yeah.
table. It's only when I'm walking from the front door of the restaurant to the table that's dangerous.
Peter Hotez said it's okay.
He said it's okay to sit down at the table and take your mask off and eat.
That's right.
Yeah.
And these
Or in the
people,
airplane too.
and
Like
on the
when you're
airplane too, I
eating
eat my
or the
peanuts
movie theater.
in the movie theater
Yeah.
too.
But when you're walking in, you got to have the mask on.
Wear your mask.
Yeah.
Hmm. And your mask does nothing too. And how about the plexiglass at the register in the grocery store?
Oh, that's
That's
true too.
keeping you safe.
Yeah, because the cooties don't go above or around the
No,
plexiglass. They only just go right in like in front.
they all, it's kind of like that game, Butts Up. Remember Butts Up when you were a kid and you throw the ball against the wall? All the cooties just hit the wall,
Yeah,
and that's all they do.
yeah.
It's not like they can go around it. So those are the irrational things that people comply with, that wokeism is irrational.
Mm-hmm.
All of wokeism is irrational. Communism is irrational.
Totally.
It doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work out good, but people go along with it because they get a carrot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember Tucker in that interview we were talking about, and he was like, "Well, when you're talking about the country from 1948, we got to use the carrot and the stick." Well, the carrot and the stick kind of applies to this too.
Yeah.
So the carrot is, look, if you get tattoos and dye your hair blue and get vaccines and get those big holes in your hoops in your ears and be kind of a gay, immoral, bottomless pit, the carrot is we'll give you money, jobs, and housing, and you'll be stoked. You'll be in the in crowd. What's the stick? Well, the stick is you do what we say. You
Mm-hmm.
don't ever disagree with us.
And you wholeheartedly and loudly agree with us
You come out and
and follow
yes.
along.
As a matter of fact, even like I want you to tattle on people who don't go along.
Right. Or even people that just don't say anything. That's just as bad.
That's as bad.
If they're not saying anything, they're not agreeing.
They're not ambitiously and enthusiastically on board.
Right.
So we need to go ahead and calibrate those people.
Yeah. Totally.
So what is white pill? White pill on this one is a little bit more daunting because this is actually delineating kind of a gnarly problem.
It is.
The white pill on this one is um, understand these things. Look closely and see that every urban area is becoming woke. And look at how people are being shipped in from all the far-flung corners of the world into the United States. And those people are getting shipped into urban centers.
Right.
When I went down to LA the other day, it was a third world country. We live in a third world.
And the parking lot, the freeways are like parking lots. There's so many cars, and there's just like it could take you like 2.5 hours or more to get to some place that should
It
take you an
started
hour.
it started jamming up right before the 405 101 interchange. So like
Yeah,
in Woodland Hills,
that's where it gets bad.
so you start approaching the 405 interchange and it's already really bad. People drive horribly.
Yeah.
The other thing that's annoying is I anticipate and I get over into the Santa Monica lane for the 405 early.
Yeah.
But you have these people who they
They
don't want to
wait.
wait in line,
Yeah, they wait till the last minute.
and at the last second they just jam in front of you and
That's
cut in
a
front of you.
that's a very LA driver way to do things.
It's like parasitic.
Yeah.
And then so then I'm going 1 mile an hour down the 405 by the J. Paul Getty, and there was an accident. There was a motorcycle just like tipped over, and then some dude in the paddy wagon. And these
Ugh.
motorcycle riders, they drive like they're we could do an episode on this. They drive like they're in a video game.
Yeah.
They act like
They think they are.
there's no consequences.
No.
No, dude, you're gonna get maimed, bro.
My one of I this happened a long time ago. One of you know how the motorcycle drivers go are they drivers or riders? I guess they're riders. You know how they what is it called? They thread the needle where
Yeah, yeah.
they go in between the lanes and they zigzag in and
Totally.
out of. Now, I guess, that's a great way to bypass like the standstill traffic. but it's super dangerous and you never know when a car is going to like just change lanes.
That's what
But
happened to this dude.
but
Somebody went into the carpool lane unexpectedly and just nailed him.
yeah, well, I was driving down the freeway one time and this one of these motorcycle riders was doing that where he's in between the lanes and he totally like took off my mirror, my side mirror. He just
How
totally took it off.
lame.
Yeah, with like his handlebars. That's how close he was to me. And then my car was like ruined, you know what I mean? So um
But
they're so dangerous.
that motorcycle accident on 405 was telling too because the fast lane and the lane next to it were blocked for the ambulance to wheel this dude off. I mean, it was gnarly. He probably died.
Wow.
So I immediately see that happening and I start getting over. And then I get over and I start inching my way past the accident. People are driving up literally to the accident point, almost like touching the ambulance. This one girl, she like I think she might have even scraped the ambulance because she wanted to cut all these people off rather than wait.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it was annoying. It was probably maybe 2, 3 minutes that I had to wait to get past. But 2, 3 minutes is unacceptable to these
Yeah.
people. They're like, and what I was noticing, I was watching their behavior. They're like maggots.
Hmm.
Like if you watch a bunch of maggots rolling around on an old piece of rotting meat, that's kind of how people act in LA.
Well, I think that's how people are acting just driving like so you know that intersection, the stops, it's like a kind of a weird four-way type stop over by the high school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, people never stop there, like, and take their turns. Like, you're supposed to stop and wait
Oh
for
my
the person
God.
on the right.
Totally.
And in fact, motorcycle cops hide out there all the time to like get tickets. But anyway, just the other day, like 2 days ago, come up to the intersection. Okay, there were already two cars there at the other sides, both stopped. So the one was taking its turn, and the
Now
other
it's your turn to go.
now so it was my turn. So I start to go, and this car comes from the same side that the one had just taken its turn and didn't even like slow down. Just I was like halfway in the intersection because it was my turn, and the other car just followed the other car through the
Yeah,
intersection without even stopping.
I'm
And
not waiting.
I'm like, well, wait a second, dude. Like, I mean, I waited my turn and he's just like going through the intersection and he was looking at me like I was crazy. And the other guy that was stopped there, his turn was going to be after mine. He was looking at the guy like he was crazy. And I was looking at the guy like, what are you doing? Like he was driving right across the intersection right in front of me. I was like halfway in the intersection. He didn't even like pause to wait his turn. And this is how I'm seeing this a
You
lot
know
more
what?
lately, like just rude driving.
That mentality is kind of encouraged by the media and by
Mm,
BlackRock.
mm-hmm.
They kind of just like get yours and
Yeah.
hip hop music and rap music. They kind of espouse that kind of fuck you attitude.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's
It's
just like
boasting and fuck you.
me, me, me. I don't
Because
have to be polite.
this girl was like trying to cut in front of a bunch of people and I saw her flip this dude off because she was driving like she was like mulatto. She looked like Lisa Bonet,
Um,
and she was like, "What?" I was in Cosby Show. So, anyways, she's like driving her whatever. I can't remember what she was driving, but she was trying to cut in front of. So the accident is there on the 405, and everybody's slowly going around the accident. She doesn't want to get in line and wait her turn like a
oh,
normal, courteous, upright human being.
yeah.
She wants to cut in front of a bunch of people. And I watched her flip this dude off and almost hit the ambulance to try to cut in front of him.
Oh God.
And I'm just going, I think that mentality is encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people get rewarded for that. So anyways, so what I was saying was just driving down, I saw that um LA is like infested with locusts because the way that these people were behaving, they kind of looked like ticks or locusts. They were just consuming and they just were parasites consuming LA.
Yeah.
And what's gone on in LA now is it's so
It's
impacted.
that it's spreading outward.
It is. And it's
Yeah.
like these locusts, you can't even see the earth anymore. And um, the analogy from the Bible was they ate all the fruit on the trees and all the herbs of the grass. Um, Everything in LA, everything in California that was cool is ruined. Everything. Like if you come up with a cool idea and you want to go someplace and you go do something cool, it'll be ruined with but not only a lot of people, if too many people know about something, it's ruined,
Yeah.
but then also their mentality sucks. So not only is there a lot of you, but you guys are annoying.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on.
And then they start to be annoyed by all of that too. So they start spreading their like disgusting filth to somewhere new.
They're going to go move to Wyoming now
Yeah.
and go turn that, like, now you go 10 years from now, you go to that gun museum and it's like 2.5 hour wait to get in. And
Or
it's
or
like
it'll
$100 to get
or
in.
it'll be closed and they'll be like, "We don't approve of guns in this city."
Oh, well, that's true too. Yes, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the white pill, the white pill is kind of complicated on this one, but I think the white pill is you got to stick to your guns, no pun intended.
Stick to your guns.
You gotta stick to your
Yeah.
guns. You can't join wokeism. We have to stand up for our value system because BlackRock is trying to get you to convert to their value system.
Yeah.
And they're making it so it's almost impossible to not genuflect to their cult. So what we have to do is again stick to your guns and form alternatives.
That's what we need to do.
Like I would like to see like hubs of conservative cities pop up,
Yeah.
you know?
Like instead of a 15-minute city, it's like a like hour city. It
It's an
just take
hour
you an hour to
city.
get out. Not because
Like
of traffic, but
we
because
build
of
a
the
city where it's all single family homes,
mhm.
mostly white middle class single family homes. And you
Mhm.
have to be white. That'd be good.
I
I would love
don't
that.
care what color you are as long as you're a normal non-woke
Okay, you don't have to
person.
be white. You have to be first world.
Yeah,
You have to be first world and you can't be woke.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
there's an interview
you can't
process.
be a third world barbarian.
You cannot be a third world barbarian, and you can't be a blue-haired liberal from San Francisco. You can't be some gay dude. You got to be a regular human being who is not infected with that mind virus.
It is a mind
Because I
virus.
think that's what you have to do. You
Yeah,
have to screen for that mind virus. It's
totally.
almost like you
Yeah.
really do got to quarantine.
Yeah.
You got to quarantine because that mind virus will come in and infect the whole community.
Totally.
Because once you have some woke person in your community, they're gonna go to their kids are gonna go to the school and everything's gonna be harmonious, but the woke person will come.
They indoctrinate the other people.
Will know what they'll do is they'll have an interview on CNN and they'll be like, "Oh my God, they don't even have gender neutral bathrooms at my son's high school in this town.
They have to have this.
I can't believe
I
that."
can't allow my child to go to a school.
Oh my God, And so it's a mind virus. And what they do is they feel entitled to impose their mind virus ways on
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's like the woke mind virus um seems compelled to impose their mind virus on the other people, but it's not that way the other way around. Like the people that just want like a healthy, nice, normal lifestyle, they don't seem to force that on other people. Have
No,
you noticed that?
no,
It's the
wokeism
woke,
is foisted
yeah,
on you.
it's the woke mentality that is foisted and forced on other people.
And how's it forced? It's always some one person complaining, and now everyone has to change the policy
Yeah,
because one person.
my kid is a furry, and so we have to have litter boxes in the
Yeah,
classrooms because he might need to go to the bathroom.
he,
It's like your kid's a nutcase. Maybe
he,
that kid shouldn't be in
that's
public
right.
school.
I demand that we have vending machines that have kibble because
Yeah.
he's a furry
Yeah.
and he needs his kibble. So, that's the thing. And so we all have to bend over backwards to accommodate these woke idiots.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened at my daughter's school. The dude started jerking off in the front of the class.
That's so unbelievable.
And we just get told, well, we encourage him to have, be in touch with his body.
I mean, be in touch with his body, fine, but go be at home alone in touch with his body,
Hmm.
not in front of the whole classroom.
Okay. And even that, it was like, he doesn't get punished for that. Now, come on.
So how was that not indecent exposure? You know what I mean?
Well,
This is where we've lost like the just basic manners even
we've
from a
lost the
lot.
plot.
We've lost the plot, dear. Yeah, I mean just basic, just manners
So it's a
even.
mind virus that you do have to quarantine.
Yeah,
That's what I think. So I think the alternative is we need to not just create alternative healthcare system, not just create alternative media, not just create alternative Hollywood, alternative music. We have to create alternative communities.
we do.
And unfortunately, those communities are going to have to be screened, and you're going to have to only let people in that are um, not afflicted with the mind virus.
So how do we do that, Firefly? It sounds like a commune,
I
doesn't
think
it?
that's it.
A
Well, they had
commune.
those dudes in Arkansas. Did you see those dudes in Arkansas?
No.
They bought a bunch of them. I can't remember how many it was, but they bought a big, huge plot of land,
Uh-huh.
like hundreds of acres, and it's white only.
Oh.
And they interview you, lengthy interview process. They invite you, come join us, but you're going to go through a background screening,
Mhm.
and they're very discerning on who they let in. Now, see, some people might say, see, that's discrimination. We've come a long way in this country. But, there was only supposed to be white immigration in this country until 1965. And we've talked about how Lyndon B. Johnson was a total puppet of that country from 1948. They killed JFK. He took over and he put all of these, um, what they call it back then. It wasn't social justice, but when he put all these like racism programs in,
Oh, affirmative
it
action?
was affirmative action, but they called it something. They called it the civil rights movement.
Oh, yeah.
It was civil rights.
Yeah.
So the civil rights movement is where that's when wokeism woke up.
Mm,
And then now they impose that on everybody. So I think the alternative is the opposite. If you have that mentality, go live in your collapse hellhole. But we're going to have healthy communities here. And the way that we keep it healthy is you either abandon that worldview or you're not allowed to live here. I think that might be the white pill.
that's the white pill.
Exclusive communities where wokeism is not allowed.
That could very well be.
If you have a country club, you don't just let some, like naked black dude that just got off the subway. They'll have black dudes that go on the subway naked
I
and
know.
just start beating off. Like that dude probably is not going to be able to join a country club.
Probably not.
They
Yeah.
might say, you know what, we're not going to allow you to play here. He's like, I got no money and I'm naked and I just went on the subway, start jerking off. They're like, well, we have a certain modicum of exclusivity here.
Well,
They would probably be like, excuse me, that is very racist. You need to let him join your club.
it's interesting that you bring up the country club thing because, like, have you ever looked into, I know you have because you play a lot of golf, like joining a country club.
Yeah.
Some of these country clubs, are extremely exclusive and they make it would be impossible to join if you're just like you know, poor person. You have to have a lot of money and,
Yeah.
you got to pay dues and everything
Upfront money too.
up front. I mean, some of them are actually like total culture club. Like, did you know the Montecito Country Club is like $250,000 to join?
Totally. It's not even that nice of a course.
It's insane. Yeah, but I've heard the club is pretty nice.
The club is nice, but the
Yeah.
course is not
Isn't that
really.
great?
I
But
mean, it's not like if you told me right now, you can play any course in this area, um, just go ahead and pick it. I would not choose that country club.
Yeah.
It's not that great of a course, but it is. It's because it's in Montecito.
Yeah.
It's got Oprah.
Right.
She see just the fact that Oprah lives there, people will pay money. That's kind of the
Totally.
wokeism mentality.
Well, that's like an ultra elite, like, probably just culture club people going there. But but a lot of there's a lot of really nice country clubs around the country that regular people can join, but they are expensive, and you have to pay like an initiation fee, and then you have to pay like monthly
That's right.
dues, and you have to spend so much money at the restaurant each month, and this and that. And but it's kind of a way to weed out like the
Riffraff.
riffraff. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? So, I mean, on the one hand, it's like, oh, it
And look at
seems
how
kind
they're
of
allowed to get along with
crazy.
it because it's culture
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
Country clubs are culture club, so they're allowed to be exclusive.
Yeah.
See, the culture
And they
club,
can make up whatever rules they want,
like
you
if you
know?
go to Martha's Vineyard where Obama lives,
Yeah.
it's 99.999% white.
Yeah. So
And
why is he there?
exclusivity is fine,
Mm-hmm.
or where Piers Morgan in London lives, he lives in 99.999% white area. And exclusivity is okay for them.
Yeah.
It's not okay for us.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So what we have to say is no, 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 no. We demand exclusivity for us too. I don't necessarily care about financial exclusivity. Well, I don't mind living next to people who are of humble means, but they can't have the mind virus.
Right.
They cannot have the mind virus.
Yeah. And so
Like Cody, Wyoming should put their foot down.
that's a good point, because I think there's a lot of really good people, like if you go into like middle America, who they aren't like rich, and they're like joining country clubs and stuff, but they don't have the woke mind virus,
Yeah.
you know? So, and it's really weird too how, like, so this is another way that the libs just want, like, they're they kind of screw things up, and they don't understand what they're doing. So a lot of those people, they are probably members of those kind of country clubs, like the Montecito Country Club, but they're totally liberal, woke, like retards.
They suck at golf.
Yeah,
They
and
probably
but
are disgusting.
they've got a lot of money, and they can like just go join a country club
Like
like
they'll do
that.
stuff like this. Like I used to join a club. I used to be part of a club and they had a steam room.
Uh,
And the steam rooms were men and women. But still,
oh, that's interesting.
what I would do, because I'm appropriate, you have a towel and you wrap it around your waist and you go and you sit on your towel in the steam room. This dude goes in there butt naked and lays down spread eagle on the bench.
In front of women?
No, no women, but I'm a dude. I don't want to be in there with your stupid ass.
Well, and if it's for men and women, a woman could come in.
It was men only,
Oh, okay.
but still,
That's gross.
you don't
Yeah.
put your disgusting ass right on the bench, bro. I'm gonna have to sit there
Ew,
after you,
yeah, that's
put a
nasty.
towel
And
down,
he's sweating his like butt sweat all over.
butt sweat and ball sweat just right there, like
Ew.
on the. I don't want to sit on that now, dude.
That's so
And then
gross.
the other thing too is, dude, I don't want to fucking see you spread eagle, bro. Just
Yeah.
fucking put a towel and sit like a normal human being. You can still get the full benefit of the steam room by having a towel wrapped around your waist and sitting up just normally, like sitting down.
Yeah.
But no, 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 no.
Or
You,
how about wear some swim
I
trunks or
saw this
something?
dude over and over again. He couldn't do it without going in there. He would just completely, he would walk into the steam room with no towel, just butt naked,
Ugh,
and just lay down butt naked and just like, oh my God. And I would just be,
gross.
dude, I would have to get out. I'd be like, I don't want to be.
Was he like an old fat bastard?
He was an old skinny lizard and
Ew.
he looked gross. But he thought maybe, I don't know, like it was just better to be in there completely butt naked. So my point is that you have to screen against these kind of people
Totally.
because they're toxic.
Yeah.
They'll ruin everything. They'll ruin everything.
Yep.
That's the problem. So I believe in exclusivity, but the exclusivity would not have anything to do with finance because somebody can be broke and they can be a perfect they can be a perfect
Fit.
fit.
Mm,
They can be a perfect fit. All they have to do is not have that liberal mind virus
totally.
because that liberal mind virus is they're egomaniacs. They
Mm,
think that you need to hurry up and jump on board with my worldview.
yeah.
And they will also, because the media sanctions them, it's kind of like when I worked at that one company where I could never talk about politics. But when you go into the office, the one liberal girl from that country from 1948, she would be talking about politics all across the whole office with the other gay dude. So there was a lady from that country from 1948, and then the gay dude who's married to some other dude and lived out in Palmdale. And he was hilarious. He was so funny. He was like, Delta Burke is my spirit animal. But but they could talk about politics and how much they hated Trump all across the whole office. But if I ever came out and said, well, Trump's in bed with that country from 1948, that they would all freak out because she's from that country from 1948.
Yeah.
So I can't say my thing, but see what liberals have is they have media sanctioning.
Well, because they're parroting exactly what the media said.
They're parroting what the media
So
says.
they're saying the same thing that mainstream media is saying every night, and they've got like their huge following, and they're all saying the same thing. And so it's safe and it's okay for them to say those things. And they know that everybody like watching that is going to agree with them, you
So the
know?
blue-haired gay dude who moves to Cody from San Francisco. And now he's working remote still in San Francisco, but I just got a nice house in Cody. It's nice, and there's some gun place. I'm gonna try to get rid of that. So anyways, he's like going on his social media, and because he's gay and got tattoos and he's woke, he's got a huge following on X.
Right.
So he goes on and he talks about how they don't even have any kind of pride friendly restaurants in this little town.
Oh, we can't have that.
So he'll make a big stink about it. And now people might start canceling Cody. They might start boycotting Cody. It might start adversely affecting, or even worse, what if they have a bunch of mind virus people come and protest in front of the gun shop
That's
now?
what they would do. They would import those people to protest and make a big stink and make it look like there's all those kind of people like living there.
In that area.
Yeah, in that area. And then the people that actually are from there, they get scared to like speak up and say anything.
Yeah.
And so they allow that to happen. And then more of those people move in and they just sort of take over.
So the white pill is there needs to almost be like a radius, and like before you can even enter into the boundaries of the town, you have to go through a screening process. And if you are susceptible to the woke mind virus, you're not allowed in. Ooh,
There's a
listeners, by the way,
survey.
listeners, hello, we love you. If you're listening, please invent an app where you can just point your phone at somebody and it will tell you if they're woke, and it just goes,
I think usually you don't even have to have that app.
You don't have
You can tell. I
to.
think I've got that app built into
It's built in.
my brain. I think I can tell usually when I see somebody.
Well, there's subtle earmarks. If
Yeah.
somebody's got blue hair and they're in their 40s, beware.
Yeah.
If somebody has big, huge holes in their ears, if they've done permanent bod mod of any kind, tattoos or piercings, beware.
Hmm.
And if they're gay, probably beware.
Yeah.
And if they let's see,
If they have bumper stickers on their car, on
yes,
their Prius,
yes,
that's a
pretty
sure
much,
sign,
exactly,
you know. If
exactly.
they've got a sign in front of their house that says love is love.
What are the other ones? It says love is love. No person is
Science.
illegal.
Yeah, science.
Trust the
We
science.
trust this. We believe in science.
We believe in science. We believe in science. And then there's another one too. Oh, those people lives matter.
Yeah,
If you see somebody who has that sign
you
in their
know.
front yard,
Oh, you know what else I've noticed? This is really interesting. You know how I love those little neighborhood library boxes
yeah.
that people put up? And I always, I need to look into this because I'm always curious. The little library boxes that people have in front of their houses, they look like their house. Have you noticed that?
Oh,
So
yes.
I don't know if I'm not
You're
sure how
talking
it
about the people
works.
who say, come and take one of our
Yeah,
books.
take a book, leave a book. I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's like an app or like a website where you go on and then you pick the style, but I should look into it. But the style always matches their house, which is cute. But you know what I've noticed?
What?
The people that have those, I'm gonna say that's a sure site too, that they're Libs.
kind of.
They're all, I think 98% of those, they're
You know
libs.
what maybe it is
So
because
here,
they want to spread their worldview through their books.
well, and you know how they tend to be kind of like bleeding hearts and like we should conserve and recycle and share stuff, and they always have this like this sort of message that they think is like the right thing to do that they're putting out.
This is conducive. It's
You
good for the environment.
We're recycling these books. But I am telling you, the people that have those boxes in front of their house, I'm going to say 98% of those are libs,
That's true. Like that might
which
actually
is
for my
weird.
so I'm the mayor of this new conservatown.
Hmm.
It's conservatown.
Okay.
Although I don't even like to call it conservatives because if you come up and you say that we have to support that country from 1948 at all costs, you're not allowed in either.
No,
So you might actually come up and be a Republican and you're still not allowed in.
no,
You have to abandon the media mind virus.
right.
That's what it kind of comes
Whatever
down to.
side you're from.
Because there's Republicans that are completely infected with the media mind virus
Yeah.
and they are completely woke in their own way.
Oh, yeah, totally. You know what the other thing is that I was thinking of when I was telling you about the library boxes? The
Yeah, the library
it
boxes.
makes me think about the plants. You know how we have realized and discovered how the libs love to tend
Oh,
to
they have a green thumb.
their house plants. They're
Yes.
really into house plants.
Yeah.
It's so
My
funny.
sister in San Francisco, dude, she
Does she
has
have house
such a
plants?
green thumb, dude.
Interesting.
Like her backyard is
See,
filled with
our
plants.
theories are totally spot on.
They are totally spot on.
It sounds like just saying it, it seems like it wouldn't make any sense, but it actually does, and
Because
we're
what did we
spot on.
say? Why the culture club likes the liberals have plant aptitudes,
Yeah.
or they're like the what do you call it when they have skills in that area? They have plant
Plant.
aptitudes.
Yeah.
So they're good with plants. I think that's good for the culture club because the culture club's about to exterminate the human race and they want everything to look real nice,
Yeah.
like a big garden.
For them.
And so they had a bunch of like tattooed liberal um woke
Woke.
people
Hmm.
like go and tend to the plants. So they're like walkers and they tend to plants. So
Totally.
that's the white pill. I think we totally need to form like because I don't even want because I don't like conservative. I don't like that term
I don't either.
because you have people like Mike Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House, who I don't agree with that dude. He's going to do everything that he's told by his APAC handler.
Right.
So they're not allowed in either. We need to form communities where you aren't ruled by the media. I think that's the main thing.
Yep.
You need to whatever it is, you don't have to believe in God per se, but you can't be ruled by the media because the media has become toxic. It turns you into a woke idiot and it's spreading like a cancer.
Exactly.
Spreading like locusts.
Locusts.
Locust bean paste.
Yeah, it's even in cottage cheese. It's even in your cottage
It's
cheese.
even in your cottage cheese. It gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Any other white pills that you prescribe on this one?
I think that's good.
It's kind of daunting. So
Yeah.
what we are basically saying on this one is locusts have spread and they've eaten every fruit, every green herb, and now all that's left, it's not just LA, it's kind of across the whole country.
Yeah.
We're just like this empty, bored out husk of what we used to be. Because
Such a good analogy.
if any of you listeners are our age, where you remember the 80s, United States was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. And just since the 80s, it's gotten ruined.
Well, I think it takes about that long to bring down a civilization.
Yep, they've done it.
And we've mentioned this before too, but you know how every civilization lasts about 250 years?
We're just celebrating that
Did
anniversary.
you know that?
Totally.
Is this year really going to be 250 for how come there's not
1776 to
how
2026.
come there's not more hoopla? There should be, I would think that there would be like,
You do see it. You'll like we were driving yesterday and we saw 250 with an American flag. So 4th of July is going to be a big celebration for some
I don't
people.
know. I feel like there hasn't been like a lot of big like
Well, we live in a third world
announce.
country.
I know maybe in other areas there is more, but I remember like the whole like so my grandma and grandpa remodeled their house. I guess it must have been around 1976 because I remember when I was a kid and going to visit them, they had like linoleum flooring like in their kitchen and like dining area,
And it's like
and
200th
it
anniversary.
said 1770 1970 or 1776 to 1976, and there were like little Liberty bells and
Yep,
stuff like on certain of the tiles. They looked like tiles. And so it was like a big deal. Like they even made tile to commemorate it,
totally.
And
And think about that. It was a
yeah,
Liberty Bell. What does that
yeah,
mean? It means liberty, freedom. We
yep.
don't, the Culture Club doesn't want Liberty Bells
No, they
because
don't
the
want
Culture
freedom.
Club says, screw your
So
freedom.
yeah, that's why I think they're trying to like not make a big deal of this to remind people what it actually like symbolizes and what it came from. I don't think they want people to know, and a lot of the young kids probably don't know. I think they
The
don't
young
want people
kids
to know.
think America is this horrible racist place. We need to hurry up and get rid of this and have communism.
Totally.
All right.
But
Well, follow us.
follow us.
We're getting throttled especially hard right now
Yeah.
because we came out with a couple episodes that the dudes at Rumble really didn't like.
Mm,
And so now we're like monetization pending for like 3 weeks after we post an episode. But we just posted a new episode today and it's
yeah.
out there and they're out there. So go find us, go follow us and
Give us a
share us.
thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. You know what we're up against. And let's form exclusive communities that are woke free.
Totally.
Okay. We'll talk to everybody soon.
Bye.